Hi artist, it's me, Debbie, here again, Rhode Island, with another art lesson for you from the discipline-based art based learning. It's kind of a way of seeing rather than it is actually drawing. So what I'm trying to teach you to do today is learn to see things and then put them together to make your own picture. We started off with an abstract. Yesterday we did a landscape, and today we're going to do a still life. And if you're not sure what a still life is, it's a group of objects that are kind of placed together to form something interesting to look at. And there's a lot of famous ones, and I chose this one today because it's the only one I could actually find that I had left from when I used to be an art teacher before I opened my yoga studio and taught special ed for a few years. But as you can see, it's an arrangement on a table of a vase with flowers in it, a little smaller type of vase there, maybe a bowl of fruit, and a small little saucer. Remember from our first lesson that we are looking for straight lines, we're looking for curved lines, we're looking for vertical, horizontal, we're looking for circles, we're looking for dots, and we're noticing from yesterday's lesson that things in the foreground are bigger than things in the background. We also talked yesterday about a horizon line, and sometimes there's a line that where the ceiling and the wall meet, or where the earth and the sky, or the water and the sky meet. So today, we're just gonna take a little horizontal line across our page, not in the beginning, but it's going to be where the tabletop is. So anyways, are you ready to get started? All you're gonna need right now is a piece of paper and a pencil. So, and a little bit of imagination and just the willingness to follow directions, but to still be your own creative self. Okay, enough said. Grab your paper, and then I'm gonna let you follow along with me, and hopefully I won't drop my pad like I did several times yesterday. The first thing that we're going to do, we're gonna draw a teapot today and a couple of vases to set on there. And I want you to think, not little tiny, but to draw, to where you're gonna fill your page. And you might just have a small, like computer-sized paper, and that is fine. I'm just drawing big so you can see. The first thing that we're going to do, and you want to look at your paper, and I would like for this to be about a little bit above the halfway line. So we're going to draw an oval. So right there, you see a little oval on your page, and then we're going to draw two straight lines along that oval. Now we're going to connect those lines with a curved line, and then we're going to draw a little thing underneath it, sort of like this, and connect that. Now starting right about at that last line we drew, we're going to draw a diagonal line that way and a diagonal line that way. So they're opposites. So one goes right and one goes left. And then we're going to connect that line once more with a curved line. So looking at your picture, you're going to draw that curved line from one line to the other. You have this little shape like this so far. And what we're drawing is a teapot, and right now we're almost finished with the lid by drawing two more straight lines and connecting those straight lines with one more curved line. So now we pretty much have the lid for our teapot. The next thing we want to make is the teapot itself. And so I'm going to show you how to make this teapot shape. Whenever you set your pictures up yourself, you put your objects in front of you on a table, you can put anything you want. It doesn't have to be a teapot. It can even be toys. Okay, now, next thing, we're going to draw more diagonal lines, opposite directions once more, and then we're going to connect them. And then we're going to form the teapot itself. So mine's probably going to be not very good because I'm trying to draw sideways to talk to you guys while I'm doing it. And then we're going to connect that with a curved line. And when you set this on your stove, most of them, if you look on the bottom, they have a little bottom piece. So let's just add a little bottom to it, because you might see that if you were drawing a teapot. Okay, so far the teapot looks good, but you don't want to pick a teapot up by the side. You need a handle. So we're going to add a couple of little curved lines on either side right there, and we're not going to pick them up with that. Instead, we're going to take the handle up and over, like that. And then we want to connect it. So it looks kind of like that. So our teapot is just a basic drawing of what we have learned so far. Curved lines, straight lines, mirrored lines. Now we're going to add the thing that the water comes out from, the spout. So if you ever know the song, I'm the teapot, here's my handle, here comes the spout. So we want the spout to be just about even with the lid. So let's make another oval. That's where the water is going to come out. It looks like a little football floating out there in midair. We're going to connect it to the teapot with another, you guessed it, diagonal line. So starting at one edge, we're going to take it here, and then we're going to draw that all the way to your teapot. So there you go. You have got a nice teapot that you drew yourself. And it doesn't have to look like mine. I hope it doesn't. I hope it's better. And if it's not, you know, I'm sure this is good. Now, I want you to remember yesterday how we talked about some things that are closer than others. So this is the closest thing to us today. So in order to make this look close, I'm going to draw something behind it. I'm going to draw another little oval shape, sort of an oval shape. And then I'm going to make a couple little lines to connect that little part of it. And then I'm just going to make it sort of a wavy line. Now we want to do the opposite. Since this one went this way, this one needs to go this way. One was one way, this one's going to go this way. And then it's going to come down. It's behind, so we don't want it to come down as far. So when you get almost as far, you want to bring it over. Oops, and I should have made that a little bit more curved than I did. But you want it to look sort of like that. Now, most artists would say that 3 is more interesting than 2, 5 is more interesting than 4, so we always like an odd amount in a picture. So you want to add something else, or 2 more things if you want, for that matter. So depending on what kind of a drawing mood you are in today, let's add something else to make this interesting. And I think I'm going to add something behind, to a little bit taller. I like drawing these cylinder things. Make this more of a little bottle thing. So I'm going to make it down like this. Opposite on this side, remember, and like that. So you've got a lot going on right here, a lot of lines, but as you can see, it's coming together pretty good, and it's pretty fun. Now, remember, they're not floating in midair, so teapots don't float, and neither do cylinders, so we need to add that. That's right, the horizontal line. So we're gonna start kind of behind the teapot, behind the cylinder, and take it to the edge. And there you have a landscape. Now the fun part is adding to it whatever you want to make it more yours. So you might think, oh, my mom has a really cool teapot and it's got little flowers on it. So you might want to add a little pattern of flowers, or you know, little shapes on it, little sunbursts. And what are we doing? Circles, lines, things that you already know how to do. You might want to put your favorite fruit lying down here somewhere. Like you might I like apples. You might want to draw yourself a nice apple. You want the big apple to have a leaf. So you got a nice little apple laying down there. Now, remember what I said about the rules of odd number? We better add one more thing, hadn't we? So add something else, anything, your choice. Maybe a lemon, maybe a banana, maybe some grapes. You know, grapes are a bunch of circles. So whatever you want, pick something and add it to it. Maybe a spoon lying there, maybe a little teacup, a saucer. And you might want to put something in your vase. So you might want to make it come in the vase and out. It might be a flower that you picked for your mom yesterday. Like what we did. How did we do that yesterday? Made like a cylinder shape and some little petals around it and a little ruffle around it. Looked kind of like a little daffodil. Some flowers. That's not very good, but yours can probably be a whole lot better than mine. Now, in the background, don't have to do anything at all that you want to. You could add some wallpaper. You could add some more color. You just have fun with it. But there you go. And I think that your still life is going to be maybe one of your best things. I have a little challenge for you today. What I would like for you to do is to set a little arrangement for yourself to look at. And once you set that little arrangement up, begin to look at it, see if you can see the curved lines, the straight lines, and then I want you to draw your own still life today. Here's the one that we started with today. Thank you guys for watching, and have fun, artists. Create.